Hi guys, it's Katie Clancy, Chief House Hawker of the Cape House at William Ravis, and this is the Cape House Show, and this particular show is the February market update. So how was February this year different from February last year in Dennis and Yarmouth? Let's take a look. All right, so I'm going to take a look. We're going to look at both of them together. They're not that different. Well, they have their differences, but I think it's more interesting to look at them both at the same time here. So what you can see here, this is inventory, had a little whoop, came up a little last summer, and it is tanking. We are really hurting for inventory. Let's look at median sale price. So median sale price came down just a little bit in January, which it typically does. I believe you're going to in February. Excuse me. I believe you're going to see this coming back up again as it tends to. Right now we are in a bit of a feeding frenzy right now in March. Inventory market time. Interesting on market time. So isn't necessarily always faster or slower in one town or the other, and they typically follow a similar curve. But what we've noticed is that the Dennis market time is really just boom. Things are flying off. Yarmouth is going pretty quickly too, but the demand in Dennis is pretty intense. Let's see, price per square foot doesn't give me a ton of info. Unit sales. So unit sales has come down or leveled off a bit simply because we don't have the inventory. There is a backlog of buyers. There's a glut of buyers. And the problem that we're running into is we've got a lot of entry-level buyers or downsized buyers, and they're both buying the same kind of house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, moderately priced house under $400,000. And they're few and far between, hard to come by. And I think it would be important right now, and I'm going to step away so we don't get too much of my face in this aggressive camera angle. Let's talk for a second about coronavirus. How is it going to affect the real estate market? Here is my prediction. This is what I think. It is going to, because it's affecting the stock market so drastically, and we're seeing these just really high volatility, I think you're going to see an impact at the high end. We are going to see our luxury folks being a little more conservative and maybe hanging on to things, especially down on the Cape with our second home market. These are often discretionary purchases that if they choose to kind of ride this out, that might hurt us in the luxury market. On the other end of things, just sort of the average Joe who's going to get a mortgage is like, yeah, mortgage rates are at historical lows. So our entry level stuff is even more intense. We're seeing that activity just bananas. I've actually never seen it quite this busy. What does that mean for you? If you are a buyer trying to get in that under $400,000 range, you need to get your helmet on. You need to be ready. You need to have your pre-approval letter. You have got to be ready to act. If you are a hemmer and a hawker, you're going to lose. And it might take you a few losses before you really believe me on that. If you're someone who's decisive, you're going to do really well in this market. Sellers, word to the wise, prices are going to go great. You're going to sell your house quickly. That's the best thing. Be careful not to get too greedy. The prices are going to climb up a little bit, but you got to remember if someone has an appraisal contingency, which every time you have a mortgage, there's an appraisal contingency. If there's an appraisal contingency, you have to realize that appraisals have like a 9-month lag. They do a 12-month look back for numbers. They will look at current under contract houses, but we don't know what they ultimately sold for. So you gotta be careful. You might not be able to appraise at the number you're willing to buy it for, which is going to cause you big problems with your mortgage. Anyway, if you want more information on how to behave in this market, this coronavirus market in Dennis and Yarmouth right now at any price point, come and see us at thecapehouseteam.com. And furthermore, what market are you in? What are you worried? Are you worried about anything? A lot of people aren't worried at all. In fact, there's a lot of stats about this virus situation that say it's actually not nearly as bad as other sort of viral crises that we've had in the past. Other people are deeply concerned and making big decisions based on this. What are you thinking? Are you a buyer or a seller? How is the coronavirus affecting your decision to buy or sell? I would love to hear from you. Comment below, or like I said, come see us at thecapehouseteam.com and send us a message. All right, take care.